assisting you.
Dude, that's killer. You know what that it kind of sounds like easy money. Like if you want to go find a mountain man, Jeremiah Johnson kind of cabin, then if I go be your real estate agent, it sounds like I get like 2.5% of whatever that house goes for. And like, I think the only thing that would suck about that, though, I think cabins do generally sell a lot less than normal homes, though, don't they, or no?
Depending where you're at. What are you thinking? What sort of mountain home are you looking for?
I've got this fantasy of Colorado. I like the idea of being in the mountains. Just a real basic, probably just like the room we're in right now, right there. A cot in one corner, a bunk bed, a stove over here, something real simple.
You want a studio?
One bedroom, maybe, but just something really simple. But I like the idea of being in Colorado.
Dude, I like that, man. I share that passion. I'd love to have a little place up in the mountains, too. I've skied since I was real young. I enjoy being out there. So.
Oh, wow. Sounds like you guys are going to be best friends.
I think the thing between you and I is, like, you and I can kind of probably live within those means. We can go outdoors and do things like that. Mm-hmm. I invited this guy out to go camping one time. He's like, oh, no, if there's no RV, if we can't stay in a hotel, then I don't want to go camping. So that's kind of his mindset on going out and doing things. He doesn't want to stay overnight in a tent or do anything, outdoorsy like that.
You're making me sound bad, bro.
I call it how I see it, but
yeah.
But yeah, I think Colorado. I don't know if there's like an ideal. I know Mick's been pitching me on Big Bear or
Big Bear
cabins, but
it's up the street, bro. It's got like this big little lake going on, and like you can go fishing and stuff. I don't even think you need to go to Colorado, dude. I mean, they got weed out here and all that kind of stuff. So, not that I'm saying you smoke it, but maybe you should. I don't know. It seems like a mountain man thing to do. All right, really quick. So, what's these things called foreclosures? Like, I'm probably pretty sure everybody else is just as confused about that as I am.
Certainly. So. Foreclosure is when someone stops making payments on their house.
Okay.
And so maybe their mortgage payment is $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, they can no longer continue to pay it. And so what the bank does is they'll file a notice, and they'll put you into foreclosure. And so there's various ways to get out of that.
Sure.
And so at San Diego Home Company, we also assist people in avoiding foreclosure, because when there's a hard sale date, what the bank will do is they'll give you about 4 months, and then there'll be a sale date on the property. And what that means is they just sell your home, and then the sheriff will come and they'll evict you, and that's the worst case scenario. You don't ever want that. So there's ways to avoid it. California has some programs, Keep Your Home California, that will help you keep your home. You can do a loan modification where you work with the bank to say, hey, listen, I can afford this amount.
Sure.
I'll pay this amount. And then, you can sell the property if you have equity. And so you have some money in it, and you can just step out from it. And
so you'll be debt-free at that point.
You're just debt-free. You step out with some cash. Or if it looks like you're underwater and you owe more than what the home is worth,
oh, geez,
you can do a short sale, and then the bank will take less than what they're owed. And then you step out of the home. And the value of doing a short sale is it only is on your record for 2 years versus a foreclosure 7. And so when you do a short sale, people will still rent to you.
Okay.
If you get foreclosed upon, good luck finding anyone that will rent the house.
Then you're screwed.
So
huh?
There's a lot of solutions available, and it's about finding the best one for a situation you don't necessarily want to find yourself in, but you want to come out in the best way possible.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey,
I know go ahead.
Let me ask you this. So is the bank, in your experience, sympathetic for somebody who can't pay their mortgage or the rent? Or do they say, you know what, you didn't pay, you're late?
Yeah, we're finding we see more now that prices are going up, that they're even less sympathetic, because if there's money in the property, then they're more likely to foreclose. And so a lot of the times the banks just see homeowners as a number, and it's important to work with them and say, listen, they're not just a number, they're real people, and they want to work with you. Banks will do loan mods, though we do see about 80 to 90% of them get rejected. And so it's important to be honest with people to say, we're going to do this for you and we can help. It's up to the bank.
Right.
But at the end of the day,
it's up to the bank.
It's up to the bank.
Dude, it sounds like a bunch of greedy old green going after mojos. Well, I think we got less than a minute here. Actually, I think we got less than that.
Well, I know. I think we can stretch it out, but I have another question. If you
go ahead. One. No, go for it. Go for it.
All right. So escrow, what is it and what's the point of it?
Okay, yeah. So escrow is...
It sounds like a fancy term.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, so escrow is when the seller accepts the offer. So when let's just say, Mick here is the buyer, and I'm the seller, and so I'm like, you know what? I like those terms that we have. I sign the paper and I say, let's do this. So escrow is the period between the time you sign those papers and when you close on the house and you get the keys.
So it's like a period of the transaction.
Yeah, so
essentially the time of the transaction.
During that time, you need to have a home inspection.
Okay.
You need to, the escrow agent is the one where all the monies go to on both sides, like the deposit that you place down and additional expenses that the seller might pay for. And so they're kind of like
like middlemen then.
The middleman, yeah.
Oh, okay. And then like they take a part of that 6.5% or whatever?
Yeah, they'll take the 6% is just what we consider the standard broker's fees.
Okay.
And escrow's fees and sort of title and everything like that is usually an additional 1.5%.
Oh,
so you could say the total transaction is about 7%.
Oh man, I knew there was going to be some hidden fees in there.
It's like a record deal, everyone's trying to get a piece of your pie.
I know, that 360. That's the same thing, but now in real estate. Just so people can know this. So for the average person out there, like myself, who probably doesn't know, are those 6% or the 7%, are those all negotiable, or is that like, no, this is it and you got to pay it?
Yeah, so I'll speak for myself as on the broker side. That 6%, those are negotiable. So depending on what your situation is and what you want to do with the property, they're negotiable.
Okay. Now, I think we probably are limited on time, but I do want to ask you this. Now, it seems like real estate agents always driving fancy cars and stuff, and no homo, but you're a good-looking guy, and you have like the Hawaii, the San Diego shirt going on. So I have to know, bro, like, is this gig you got going on, is it attracting the honeys? Are you pulling home some tail? You know what I'm saying? And also, do you get to like ever smash any of these like sellers or the buyers that you've been representing?
Hey, man, he's got a reputation. I'll answer for you, man. Okay,
I want to hear it from him. He's like a Christian Grey, bro.
Listen to your telltale sign.
You're depriving me.
He's from the Northeast. He's from Michigan. Those guys automatically, I think, they're getting in the good bracket, I think.
I guess they got to keep warm in the winter.
But yeah, he's a handsome dude, and he's living in PB.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You got to be getting something, man. All right, just give me something. Like more times than not, or we.
Yeah, man. I got a girlfriend out here, so I got that angle.
Yeah, you should have told me before that.
At the end of the day, it's not a bad business to be in. I think if you like chatting with people and you want to help people, it's a perfect spot. So yeah, you're out meeting a lot of people, and
So if I want to, meet a lot of chicks, I should go become a real estate agent, essentially.
For sure, yeah.
John, I might be putting in my 2 weeks pretty soon.
Like, yeah, Mick, for you, you can sell them their home and you can get a little extra too on the side. It's perfect.
I'm sold, baby. Count me in.
Mick, you ain't going nowhere, dude.
I'm going to take that Remax position, baby. I'm going to Remax her. All right, I think that ends this segment. Appreciate y'all listening.
Don't even think about leaving. Tell him why not, Batman.
I will find out who your mom is. Skull and Bones Radio, we'll be right back.
This ain't random. They're perfectly dysfunctional.
Yo, where'd my Jergens go? Mick, give me my Jergens back. Oh, no.
It wasn't you. Can we just get back to the Hollywood gossip?
Welcome back. Skull and Bones Radio.
Yes, it is.
Hollywood gossip and whatnot.
You know what, man? I gotta be real with you on this one. This one kind of applies a little near and dear to my heart.
So which one?
The next segment we're about to go into, this next topic. And let me tell you why. For one, I kind of feel like I went in a little bit of debt and probably shouldn't have. And what's you call it? Rear view mirror, hindsight. Mm-hmm. How's it go? Looking back?
Yeah, looking back.
Looking back or whatever? Yeah, dude. I feel like I went into a lot of debt that was unnecessary, and I wish I would have known then what I know now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure we all do.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Well, in case nobody out there knows, I'm a failed rock star, baby. That's why I ended up in radio.
That's Mick's claim to fame.
Yeah, dude. But I will say I was fortunate enough to play with real rock stars on stage and got to rock out some timeless songs with them, and I'm very grateful for that. But obviously, they didn't want me around to be.
You ain't even a has-been, Mick.
Don't say it. You're a never was.
You're a never was been.
Oh God, it hurts so bad. So, Jean, find me a sad tune here.
Sad tune for what?
You know,
A sad song?
yeah, a little sad bed to play for this one.
All right, let's see. Give me just a moment.
But not too sad where it's going to make me cry, and I can't get through this now.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so let me. I got just the one.
He's searching on YouTube right now. He's gonna set the mood for us, because I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this. After all, we are here to serve the musician, the military, the rocker community, and I've never heard of this song. I don't think.
Never heard it. All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Oh dear God, not that depressing. How about like It's a Wonderful World or something?
Well, you don't like this one?
No, man. What kind of crap is this? You made me kill myself, man. I ain't trying to become another statistic. Oh,
All right, hey man. For those listening, you heard him. He said a sad song.
that's too sad, though. All right, here. Hey,
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and start this. You should find me a bed that's worth having on this show. All right, here's the topic: why it's become harder to be a successful musician than ever before. Sorry it took so long. We were kind of bantering back and forth. So here's basically the reason why. There was these studies that were done, and this guy put together this list and all that stuff. So all our musician friends out there that have broken hearts, apparently, because that's the name of this song, here it is, including myself, by the way. It's cheaper and easier to record. Anyone with a computer and a minimal amount of additional gear can record a pro-sounding album in their bedroom. Mastering those tools is, of course, a different story, but the past 10 years have proven that there are plenty willing to put in the time and effort to do so. Access to creating a high-quality album is no longer locked behind expensive recording studio doors, meaning more people are easily able to get their work out into the world, which means there is more competition.
I can believe that. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It makes a ton of sense. It absolutely does. And I'm sure other people out there, just like myself, heartbroken that. You know what, John? Before I continue, I had a dream. When I was a kid.
You always dreaming, man. You always in La La Land.
Man, I was gonna be on stages. I was gonna rock and see it now as I'm moving my hand from left to right like a panoramic view. There was 20,000 people in the stadium.
You want to be a rock star.
I stepped out from the darkness of the lights, and I started playing them 3 chords. And the crowd went wild, baby!
They chanted your name.
M3J! It was just like that
Girls
song.
were flashing their hoo-has at you.
Oh, God, it was... John, you don't even know what it was like. It was unexplainable. It was unfathomable. It was a dream. It was exactly
That's
what
all
it was.
that it was. Martin Luther King.
That's all it was. It was a dream. So there's more competition. The market is flooded. Thank you for letting me have my moment. How do you get noticed by the powers that be, or gain the critical mass of fans necessary to make the powers that take notice? When there are so many equally deserving acts just as good as you that are deserving a very similar thing? We can't answer that question. Number 3, there is less revenue from music sales, as we all know. When people buy less music, there is simply less money for bands to make. That is also why record labels cannot invest in as many bands as they used to, because they got less money to work with. So now they have to kind of go with the 4 sure things, like the Brunos and the Katies, and not M3J.
What do they call them? The top 40?
Yeah, the top 40, baby. That's all they go for. It says streaming services and other ancillary streams of revenue have yet to fill that void, which means that being a musician isn't as lucrative as it used to be. This, in turn, means that more musicians need to hold day jobs to keep their lives together, which translate to less time available to work on what matters most to them, the music. The product suffers.
I like how you have so much passion and conviction behind the words that you spit.
Yeah, man. I've been studying Martin Luther King. I've been trying to. He's been feeding my soul. Number 4, the talent pool is drying up. Less money to be made means that fewer individuals will feel that being a musician is a viable career choice, or at the very least, those who choose to pursue it anyway, it's a driving force after all, will be forced to hang it up earlier when life pressures mount. Just like we were talking about, post-college blues, baby. Notice how many metal bands shift through members these days, like a baby goes through diapers. There's a reason that fewer and fewer people are willing to sacrifice their entire lives for their art. If there's not some other reward.